What's going on, you guys? First of all, apologies for the lack of recent uploads. I have been on the road for the last 3 weekends at various meets, including high school nationals in Wisconsin, where we had 2 kids place in the top 10, really happy about that, and collegiate nationals in Oklahoma City. Being around lifters of this age bracket and the big teams that colleges bring to CNATs every year got me thinking about a topic that's not talked about too much, at least on YouTube, that I've noticed, and that is how powerlifting can pay for college. In just the past couple of years, several athletes of my own team have received scholarships, including full rides to schools like Midland, Concordia University, Nebraska, and Missouri Valley.
And I have received 3 scholarship offers to lift collegiately.
This year alone, our team received over $200,000 worth of scholarship offers, and we sent off 4 kids to continue their education on a scholarship to a collegiate powerlifting team. So I'm feeling at least somewhat qualified to talk on this topic. So if you're in high school or you're just someone who wants to go to college and receive a scholarship and continue your powerlifting career there, listen up, because I'm going to give you my 5 steps to make yourself more recruitable. Just a couple of years ago, I would not have been able to make this video because there were no scholarships for powerlifting, at least to my knowledge. But at the time of this recording, there are several schools, mostly in the Midwest, that will literally pay you to go there and lift for them if you are good enough. So without further ado, the first step that I would take on your road to receiving a collegiate powerlifting scholarship is make sure you compete within the federation that these schools compete in. For right now, I basically mean USA Powerlifting. Yes, some schools do kind of split their time or go to other federations like Powerlifting America or even some of the smaller federations, but by and large, almost everybody's in USAPL. The reason being is because these schools want one thing, and that's these: collegiate national banners, placings, and titles. USA Powerlifting is notorious for very strict judging standards, and you can make it easy for those schools to want you by demonstrating that, yes, I can perform to these standards myself, and I have before. Yes, some coaches will be able to determine your talent or your potential just from your gym lifts or from other unsanctioned meets, but it's all about making it a little bit easier for them to want you and giving you that edge over the next guy in their lineup. And I think this is a good first step. The second step I would take if I were trying to get a collegiate scholarship and I were already competing in the federations that these guys compete in would be to pursue the sport at the highest levels that I can. Typically, this means venturing beyond the local level. Like I said up top, these schools want nationally competitive lifters, so it's in your best interest to demonstrate to them how you stack up against other kids in your age bracket from across the country. So by all means, if you haven't before, get your feet wet at the local level, but afterwards, you should be pursuing state level championships, regionals, and even national opportunities. In USA Powerlifting, at least, there is high school nationals and teen nationals, giving you 2 opportunities to earn your chance to demonstrate your skill set at the very highest level for your age group. And if you place well at these huge national meets, I promise you, you will be much more desirable to these coaches. Thirdly, we cannot ignore academics. When you're trying to get a collegiate scholarship, you are asking to become a student athlete. And everybody likes to gloss over the student part. Yes, talent accounts for a lot. And if you're an absolute phenom who is smoking everybody at nationals by a huge wide margin, these schools are probably going to want you anyway. However, your grades do matter a lot here, especially when it comes to how much these programs are willing to offer you financially. It's much easier to offer a bigger scholarship to a 4.0 student than a 2.0 GPA student because they're going to see you as more reliable and less likely to find yourself on any kind of academic probation where you aren't of use to them anymore. So make yourself more attractive and less risky of a prospect by getting those grades up. Fourthly, I encourage my high school lifters to have at least some social media presence so that you're able to demonstrate to these coaches what you're all about. Yes, they do scouting of their own, and they usually go to all of the big meets that you would be competing at, but you want to give them as many opportunities as you can to view your skill set. Think of this as showcasing your game footage or your practice footage if you're going out for a football scholarship. The websites that host that kind of footage are big business and they're a big deal. But right now, to my knowledge anyway, no such thing exists for powerlifting. That's $1 million idea, by the way. Feel free to steal that. So you kind of have to make your own. And one minor point here, because we're talking about social media, don't be an idiot. Don't post things that are going to make you look bad or scare away potential offers and recruiters. I shouldn't have to say it, but some kids are going to do this every single year, so just don't do it. And finally, the fifth thing you could be doing is actively reaching out to these coaches and programs and putting yourself on their radar. Yes, they get lots of offers and your talent, athletic ability, and your grades still matter a ton, but this extra step can go a long way. Having spoken to many, if not most, of the head coaches of these programs myself, I know that one of the things they're looking for out of their athletes is kids who actually want to go to these schools and will fit in well there. Showing some initiative, reaching out might just help keep you a little bit more fresh in their minds and might give you the edge over the next guy. And that's about it. I hope at least somebody out there found this video to be helpful. If you have questions about high school or collegiate powerlifting, please feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot me an email. And if you would like some help developing yourself into a lifter who's going to be more easily recruited by colleges, definitely reach out to me. This is absolutely my area of expertise, and I would love nothing more than to work with you and to help you get there. And for everybody else, I'll see you next time.